The Simpsons, America's Most Wanted Family, written by Matt Groening, has captivated audiences for generations. Welcome to Springfield, the quirky and colorful town that is home to The Simpsons, America's most beloved dysfunctional family. For over 3 decades, Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie have been tickling our funny bones, providing biting commentary on American society, and becoming household names in the process. From their iconic couch gags to their hilarious misadventures, The Simpsons have become a cultural phenomenon, leaving an indelible mark on television history and influencing countless other shows. But beyond the laughs and the satire, something else lurks within the animated world of Springfield, an uncanny ability to predict the future, often with startling accuracy. The Simpsons have always been known for their sharp wit and their ability to hold a mirror up to society, reflecting our own absurdities back at us. Through their satirical lens, they've tackled everything from politics and religion to pop culture and technology, often pushing the boundaries of what can be discussed on television. But what started as witty commentary has, in some cases, morphed into eerie foreshadowing, leaving viewers wondering if the writers have a crystal ball hidden somewhere in the Quickie Mart, predicting events with an almost supernatural precision. Prophecies from Springfield: Fact or Fiction? The Simpsons, a beloved animated series, has been a staple of pop culture for decades. Whispers of The Simpsons' prophetic abilities have circulated among fans for years, gaining momentum with each passing prediction that seems to come true. Fans are often left in awe, wondering how a simple cartoon could foresee the future. From technological advancements to political upsets, the show has an uncanny knack for foreshadowing real-world events. It's almost as if the writers have a crystal ball, peering into the future and weaving it into their storylines. These instances have sparked countless debates and fueled conspiracy theories, with some even suggesting that the show's creators possess supernatural insights. The idea of a cartoon predicting the future has intrigued both fans and skeptics alike. While the idea of a cartoon family predicting the future might seem far-fetched, the sheer number of coincidences is hard to ignore. Each prediction that comes true adds another layer to the mystery. Some dismiss these predictions as mere chance, arguing that with so many episodes and storylines, it's statistically probable that some would align with real-world events. They believe it's all just a matter of numbers and probabilities. Others, however, see something more at play, suggesting that the show's writers possess an almost psychic ability to tap into the cultural zeitgeist and anticipate future trends. They argue that the writers have a unique talent for observing and predicting societal shifts. The Trump prophecy, a harbinger of things to come. Perhaps the most widely discussed example of The Simpsons' predictive powers is the infamous Donald Trump presidency prediction. This particular prediction has sparked countless debates and discussions, both online and offline, about the show's uncanny ability to foresee future events. In a 2000 episode titled Bart to the Future, the show portrays Lisa Simpson as the President of the United States, inheriting a budget crisis from her predecessor, none other than Donald Trump. This episode has since become a cultural touchstone, referenced frequently in discussions about the show's predictive prowess. At the time, the idea of Trump as president seemed like a far-fetched joke, a testament to the show's satirical humor. The writers likely never imagined that this satirical scenario would one day become a reality. Fast forward 16 years and the world watched in disbelief as Trump ascended to the presidency, his victory mirroring The Simpsons' prediction with unsettling accuracy. The similarities between the show's depiction and real-life events were striking, leaving many to wonder about the show's mysterious foresight. This eerie coincidence sent shockwaves through the media and the public, cementing The Simpsons' status as pop culture prophets. News outlets and social media platforms buzzed with discussions about how a simple animated show could predict such a significant political event. The episode's writer, Dan Greeny, later commented that the prediction was intended as a warning to America, highlighting the absurdity of a Trump presidency. He mentioned that the idea was meant to be a cautionary tale, a satirical exaggeration of what could happen. Whether intentional or not, The Simpsons had once again tapped into a future possibility, albeit one that seemed outlandish at the time. The show's ability to blend humor with social commentary has made it a unique lens through which we can view and sometimes predict the future. Ebola and beyond predicting global events. The Simpsons' prophetic streak extends beyond the realm of politics, encompassing global events and health crises. In a 1997 episode titled Lisa's Sax, a sick Marge is seen reading a book titled Curious George and the Ebola Virus. While the Ebola virus was known to the scientific community at the time, it was far from a household name. Years later, the world grappled with the devastating Ebola outbreak of 2014, bringing the once obscure virus to the forefront of global consciousness. This chilling coincidence, along with other instances of The Simpsons seemingly predicting events like the invention of smartwatches and autocorrect, has fueled speculation about the show's uncanny ability to anticipate future events. In a 2013 episode titled The Fabulous Faker Boy, Homer Simpson participates in a marathon with the finish line being the target of a terrorist attack. While the episode itself did not depict the bombing, the visual of the explosion and the context of the marathon sent chills down viewers' spines when, just days later, the Boston Marathon bombing occurred. This tragic event, so closely mirroring the episode's plot, sparked a wave of controversy and debate. Some accused the show of insensitivity, while others saw it as another example of The Simpsons' eerie prescience. The episode was subsequently pulled from syndication, a testament to the sensitive nature of the coincidence. The question remains, how did The Simpsons do it? Is it sheer coincidence, a statistical anomaly resulting from the show's longevity and vast number of episodes? Or is there something more at play, a deeper connection to the cultural zeitgeist, or even, dare we say, a touch of clairvoyance? Skeptics argue that with over 700 episodes aired, it's statistically inevitable that some storylines would align with real-world events. They point to the law of averages, suggesting that with enough darts thrown at a dartboard, some are bound to hit the bullseye. While this explanation holds some weight, it fails to account for the specificity and accuracy of some predictions, such as the Trump presidency and the Ebola outbreak. Another theory posits that The Simpsons' predictive powers stem from their satirical nature. By exaggerating current trends and extrapolating them to their logical extremes, the show inadvertently creates scenarios that, while intended as humorous commentary, sometimes end up reflecting future realities. Satire, by its very nature, forces us to confront uncomfortable truths and consider potential consequences. In doing so, it can sometimes serve as a window into the future, albeit a distorted and exaggerated one. The Simpsons, with their knack for skewering everything from politics to technology, may be inadvertently tapping into this predictive power of satire. The writer's room, where jokes become reality. Some speculate that the show's writers, a talented group of individuals with their fingers on the pulse of popular culture, may be subconsciously channeling their insights into the show's storylines. With access to vast amounts of information and a keen understanding of societal trends, they could be crafting narratives that, while intended as fiction, end up aligning with future realities. This theory suggests that The Simpsons' predictions are not the result of supernatural abilities but rather a byproduct of the creative process. By tapping into their collective knowledge and intuition, the writers may be unconsciously weaving threads of the future into the fabric of the show. The Simpsons and the zeitgeist reflecting cultural anxieties. Another perspective suggests that The Simpsons' predictions are less about seeing the future and more about reflecting the anxieties and aspirations of the present. The show often tackles contemporary issues, albeit through a humorous lens, tapping into the collective consciousness and highlighting the fears and hopes of society. In doing so, The Simpsons may be inadvertently foreshadowing future events, not because they possess any special knowledge, but because they are attuned to the undercurrents of society and the forces shaping the future. Their predictions then become less about prophecy and more about reflecting the anxieties and aspirations of the present. The illusion of prediction, our need to find meaning. It's also worth considering the role of human psychology in our perception of The Simpsons' predictions. As humans, we are hardwired to seek patterns and find meaning in seemingly random events. This tendency, known as apophenia, can lead us to see connections where none exist and attribute significance to coincidences. In the case of The Simpsons, our desire to find meaning in their predictions may be clouding our judgment. We may be selectively focusing on the instances where the show aligns with reality while ignoring the countless times it doesn't. This confirmation bias can create the illusion of prophecy, even if the underlying cause is simply chance. The Simpsons did it, embracing the mystery. Ultimately, the mystery of The Simpsons' predictions remains unsolved. Whether it's coincidence, satire, the writer's subconscious, or our own need to find meaning, the show's uncanny ability to foreshadow real-world events continues to fascinate and perplex. Perhaps in the end it's best to embrace the mystery and enjoy the ride. After all, in the words of Homer Simpson himself, it's funny, 'cause it's true.